Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Acumen Stadium here at the campus of St. Clair College in Windsor, Ontario. Opening weekend of OCAA action. This time the men's turn to take the pitch. My name is Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here on We Digital. The We Digital crew is going to bring you all the action here over the next 90 minutes. As the national champs, the Humber Hawks are in town to take on the St. Clair Saints. There's your referees for the match as both teams huddle up for their final instructions from their coaches. And there's your starting lineup. Sine's the keeper, Lack, Pinto, Fior, Lescano, Matthew Smith, Tyler Yasaka, Mella, Anthony, Riviere, and Croca, the starting lineup for the national champion Humber Hawks. And here's the lineup for first-time head coach Gianni Ferri, Max Rahi, Ventura, Silva, Bracco, Belcastro, Karen Mitak, Alicio Mastriani, Nicholas Rahi, Michael Jaworski, and Soberaj, and Aaron Thwaites is a defender, 6'2". Again, first year head coach, second year with the organization, Gianni Ferri. There's the standings from last season. Humber Hawks, like I mentioned, didn't drop a match, 9-0-1, and also undefeated throughout the provincials and national championships. The St. Clair Saints were 2-7-1 under interim head coach Steve Vanini, but Gianni Ferri was by his side, kind of learning the ropes last year. As we're getting ready to start this one here, the Saints only with 11 goals last season, again, throughout their 10 matchups. And the Humber Hawks, as I mentioned, 9-0-1, 4-0 in OCs, and 3-0 in the CCAAs, come away with your national champions. Still huddling up on the far side are the Humber Hawks. Jason Mesa in his first season with the squad, so big shoes for him to fill. He's the fifth head coach in their program's history, which started back in 1974. He was a former player. He won a championship, a national championship with this team back in 2001. He took over for Michael Aquilino. In Aquilino's 11 seasons, 141 victories, 10 losses, and 11 ties, to go along with 8 OCAA titles and 7 national titles. And he was a 4-time coach of the year, so big shoes to fill here for Coach Mesa. The Saints will start with it. They're in all white. They'll be going from left to right. And the Hawks with all blue, a little bit of light blue on their shoulders. And we're underway here, match number 2 here, as the men kick off their opening match. The women had a tight one in the first one, 2-2. The Humber Hawks scored in added time to tie it up when the Saints were down a man, as we see the first foul of this matchup, and the Saints will have it. Victoria Walsh got red carded late in it, and then when they were down a player, the Hawks are able to tie it at 2. But here we go with men's action now. Saints try to push it on the far side. The sun setting on the far side, and that ball trickles past the end line. That's going to be a goal kick. The keeper is Sinai, Daniel Sinai, 6'4", Tehran, Iran he hails from. He's a second-year player for the Hawks. He sends everybody deep. He's going to look to boom one past midfield, and he does so. A little bit of backspin, but a nice big kick. Thwaites heads it over near side. Dangerous kick. That looks like it went off the head of the Saints player. Referees kind of discuss it, and it's going to go throw in for the Hawks. Throw in coming from, that's number 3, Pinto. He's waiting. Finally throws it over the first defender's head. Oh, nice little kick inside. The Hawks are in the zone. Little kick through. Oh, it just misses the far edge. I don't know if it caught a piece of that post or not. Chipped it past the keeper. But a couple minutes in, the Hawks have their first good opportunity here against the Saints. Gianni Ferri, in his first year as the bench boss for the Saints, is in tough here. As we take a look at the replay and watch him try and chip it past the keeper. A little bit of spin and just misses the far side of the net. Action again, header just over the bar. And just like that, Max Rahi seeing a lot of action in his first couple minutes as a starting keeper for the Saints. He only played 6 minutes all of last season, and he leads the team in minutes of goalkeepers remaining. A lot of turnover on this Saints team this year. You'll see a lot of new faces. That ball's sent deep. That's Rahi, Nicholas Rahi. Brother Max is the keeper, both from Leamington Cardinal Carter grads. Nicholas is in his second year. Max is his third year. All the players congregate to this near side throw in right near the boundary line. Kept in nicely, and the Saints have possession. The Saints try and push it up. Midfield, the Hawks kind of miss a header. The Saints come away with it. They send it around. You see the captain's armband from the Saints player. That's number 10. Guillermo Silva. He had 2 goals last season. Guillermo Silva. He's a third-year player, Sao Paulo. Give me a throw in on the near side. We're early in this one, just in the 4th minute. As Pinto looks to throw in. Throws it past everyone. The Saints come away with it, but just drilled. That's heading towards the bleachers, and that's 3-4 rows deep into the bleachers. As the fan goes to retrieve that ball, and they get it back quickly. The fan acting as the ball boy here. We don't see any ball boys on the near sideline. Pinto again, big throw in, just on the edge of the box, but cleared away by the Saints. Pinto has it near side. Nice steal by the Saints. That's Rahi. That ball is going in favor of the Saints on the throw. So a good job by Nicholas Rahi. He had a goal last season as well. A couple of assists for the Saints. A team that struggled to put the ball in the net last year. 2-7-1 as we saw in the graphic earlier in 2024. Trying to find out where to go with it. A little give and go action, but they turn it over. Krakow on the far side. 5'10" out of Brampton. And that ball gets past the boundary line, so that's going to be a goal kick. They're trying to get the ball in. And Rahi has it. These two teams met up twice last year. Clean sheets 2 times for the Hawks, scoring 2 in one of the games and 5 in the other. Again, a tough matchup for the Saints to start out this 2025 season. Having to take on the national champs. Good crowd here at the Acumen Stadium. The Hawks look to regroup on their own end. Adrian Anthony pushes it up the far right side, right in front of the Hawks bench. And that's going to be a throw, and they're going to look to throw this in quickly, but just think better of it and decide to set things up. There's a nice big throw in into the edge of the box. That's going to bounce towards the goalkeeper. And Rahi's able to handle. He's going to let everyone get downfield before he punts this one away. Doesn't get a lot on that one. Towards midfield. A little pushing and shoving at midfield. A couple players go down. Let's see, that's going to go in favor of the Hawks at midfield. As we take a look at that. Lots of pushing and shoving there. That was number 7 for the Hawks, Lescano. But the foul goes up against the Saints. That looked like Silva. Hawks with possession, Saints chase. I believe actually it was Mastriani with that last foul. Ball far side, Hawks player chases it down, boots it high up in the air. Headed away nicely by the Saints, but the Hawks have a big boot. That goes through the uprights. Tomorrow that's worth 3. It's not worth anything today. It'll be another goal kick for the Saints. Goal kick right to midfield. Gets over the first line of players. But the Hawks come away again. Battle near side. That looks like it's going to be a free kick for the Hawks. Or, sorry, it's going to be a throw-in on the near side. Waiting for the throw-in. Kroko can't find anywhere to go with it. Finally goes short. Tries a little give and go. They just barely keep it. Oh, it goes past the boundary line, so it's going to be a turnover. Gets past the boundary line, so that's going to be a throw-in for the Saints deep in their own end. So the Saints having a little trouble getting the ball past midfield early on. Plenty of pressure coming from the Hawks. Throws it right to a Hawks player, quickly headed out of bounds. That's Lescano heading it away. This time a big throw in by the Saints. Tries to get past everybody. They finally get the ball past midfield, but cannot gain control. 2-3 headers in a row, and this time the Saints come away with it. Nice little touch to the outside. Soberai can't find anyone with it, though. Saints kind of cleared it up. Couple Saints there. If he can hit the man going, he couldn't find them, though. He was calling for the ball. That was 24, Nicholas Rahi, calling for it. Nice move. They're kind of grabbing the shirt, and the referee sees the jersey grab. And a free kick for the Saints, and they quickly put the ball in play. Looking for the offside, but no flag. But the keeper, for the first time, we kind of see him step up into the action. Daniel Sinai. He just bowls the ball down to Fior. We're in the 10th minute, 0-0. 2 shots for the Hawks so far, nothing for St. Clair Saints. Big boot down the middle, chested nicely by the Saints. They battle for it. Hawks come away, steps through a couple defenders. And they get this ball back as the Hawks look to regroup. Good pressure by the Saints. Again, a young team, they're going to have to kind of play over their heads to keep up with this Humber Hawks national championship team. A lot of players returning for this team. And that ball's in. Far side, just kicked past the boundary line. That's going to be a throw-in. It deflected off a Humber Hawks player, so that's going to be a throw-in for the Saints. Right in front of the Humber bench. Hawks were the first person to get a boot on it. And that one gets cleared away. That's going to fly over everything, over the first set of fence, so they're going to have to get another ball in play here. It's going to have to come from the goal line. As they'll look to retrieve that ball from over the fence. So it's going to be a throw-in on the far side for the Hawks, right near the scoreboard. That's number 2, Lack. Hawks have possession. Left boot towards the keeper. That's wide of everything. That's going to be a goal kick. So got a good boot on that one, just nowhere near the net. That's their third shot. No saves for either goalkeeper so far. As Rahi has to go and retrieve that ball, as they're still looking to find that ball that bounced over a couple fences into the long grass just on the other side of Acumen Stadium. Looks like a passerby finally throws the ball in. So Rahi directing traffic, waiting for his team to go cross midfield as he's going to send it. The wind looks like it's died down a little bit here in the second half. In the second game of this one. Quite a bit windier in the first matchup when the women were on the pitch. Not nearly as breezy. Here come the Hawks right down the middle. They try and find 17 up the middle and miss everybody. That's Riviere. Marcus Riviere, second year out of Mississauga, 5'8" forward. And that'll be a goal kick for Rahi. Left boot up the far side for the Saints. Headed forward, but nobody there. That's going to pass the boundary line. And that's going to be a throw in for the Hawks. Hawks throw it in quickly. Lots of contact. And Humber comes away. Trying to get around the corner. Defended nicely by the Saints. It trickles past the boundary, and that's going to be a throw in for St. Clair. Again, the Saints battling a lot in their own zone so far. They haven't been able to gain a lot of possession past midfield. A young team getting used to playing with each other. Brand new head coach, Gianni Ferri. An excellent player from Michigan State University in his day. 4-year starter with that squad. There's a chipped into the box. A couple Saints have to come back to help defend and just boot it past everybody. And that's going to be another throw in, and Humber wastes no time to get that ball back in. Kind of a shove from behind from the Saints player, and this time shoves him down to the turf, and there's the foul call. As you see that on the replay, you can see the first bump, no call on the first bump, but here, the second bump, you'll see it here on the replay. And that's where you see the foul called. That's Yasaka going down. Noah Bronco with the foul. Referee talks to some of the players, just kind of settle them down on the push. You can see everyone congregated on that far side, just on the edge of the penalty area. So he's going to send a draw in, lots of contact, but a one hopper to the keeper, and he's able to come away with it easy. So you can see the play there. They had everyone kind of grouped in and then just kind of bull rushed the keeper, but they couldn't get to that ball in time. Midfield, the Hawks have it again. Player sprinting in. Oh, nice slide tackle, but the Hawks keep it. They chip it in, but the keeper lets it get past the goal line. That's going to be a goal. Oh, there's going to say a corner kick. It went off the Saints player, so you can see it on the replay. That's a nice slide tackle from the Saints player there. That's number 10, Franz Mella, getting ready for the left boot on the corner. Third year, 6'1" out of Toronto. As they're discussing, they want to change soccer balls, it looks like, for this corner. And they're also going to change kickers as well. Luca Pinto is going to take it. He's a defender. 4th year out of Toronto, the 6-footer. They're going to go with the right boot this time. Just a quarter hour done in this one so far. Long way to go. Ball up in the air, headed away nicely by the Saints defender. They quickly try and get the ball back in the air. He chested nicely. Oh, big boop and missed. Over the bar. Tyler Yasaka, the forward, 5'10" out of Toronto, a first-year player. And you can see, watch on this replay, he gets a lot on that one. Plays it off the one hop. Past Rahi, but past over the net as well. So they're definitely putting pressure on the Saints defense, but they've kind of held the test so far. You can only wonder how long it could last for this Saints defense to hold on to. In the first 15 minutes, they've held on. Not really showing any offense so far. Hawks have it midfield, some contact on the far side. And they're going to go all the way back to the keeper. That's Dene. Hawks look to regroup in their own end. Back and forth. That's Fior has it. Tries to send the runner in. Big ball, everyone sprinting to the corner. A player from each side has it. Looked like they're calling for a handball. No call. Crosses the defender towards the keeper, and he smothers it. So a nice attempt there from, that's Riviere. We're in the 17th minute of this one. It's been all Humber so far in this one, although we're tied 0-0. Rahi decides to bowl it down to towards his left. Trying to play the possession game, the Saints are, and finally have the ball midfield. Let's see what they can do with it. First time they've really had possession. Little shoulder grab from the Hawks defender. The Saints kind of come in. Looks like they're going to win the corner. So as the sun sets here at Acumen Stadium, the Saints will get their first corner of this one. So they're going to look to set up the corner. That's Silva getting ready to bring it in. They bring it in just a little short pass, keep control. Silva again centers it in, but defended nicely by the Hawks player. And now the Hawks have the ball right back. Looking for the sprinter down the left side. There he is. Yasaka looking for space around the defender. He sprints around. He's got the ball in his left boot. Centering pass. Header. Missed a couple bodies. Open. Left shot. Blocked. Rahi, another left boot, far side, misses the net. Another dangerous play there from the Hawks, unable to put the ball in the back of the net. Look at the ball, the left footer across the crease, headed away, and you can see Rahi just slipping and sliding and diving everywhere to try and keep that ball out of his net. The Saints clear the ball nicely down. No flag, they're going to play on. Lots of contact. Where's this ball going? That looks like it's going to be a foul against the Saints. Tried to send the runner in. They go back to the keeper, Sinai. You'll see on the replay here, you can see that little shoulder push from the back. That's Zachary Soberai, 6'3" out of St. Anne's. He's a first-year player. So the Saints, their first little bit of pressure in this one. Unable to get any real shot off. The shots are 6-0. Saints gain control on the far side. That's Soberai battling one-on-one far side. That ball gets chipped away. That's going to pass the boundary line. That's going to be a throw in deep in the Humber Hawks zone. They throw it in quickly. Silva loses control of it. A couple of Saints dance around each other. No foul called. They play on. They look for the whistle but didn't get it. 20th minute of this one. Nice little ball up the middle. The keeper has to come way out. And that was Marcus Riviere coming out. He's a second-year player. You can see there's the push that they were calling for the whistle. Unable to get it. There's a Saints player down holding the back of his head. We'll have to keep an eye on him. Big boot. Let's see if they blow this down. That's Nicholas Rahi out of Leamington. They're going to call the trainer in right away because he's holding the back of his head. Here comes the trainer from the near side. I didn't quite see what happened to him, but obviously holding the back of his head, so I don't know if he smacked the back of his head on the turf. You see a lot of Saints coming in for substitutions now. There's looks like 3 players coming in. Here it is on the replay. Let's see if we get a look at it. He just falls and, smacks the back of his head on the turf. Kind of a whiplash action. That was a great shot from our camera crew here at Acumen Stadium, the We Digital crew, bringing here all the action from the pitch. My name's Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us. You can see the trainer working on Nicholas Rahi. Some of the subs coming in now for the Saints, as they'll look to regroup, and now Rahi getting back to his knees. So tomorrow on We Digital, we have lots of action coming for you. The Durham Lords are in town to face the St. Clair Saints in softball action. They'll be at the sports park right behind us here, behind Acumen Stadium. First pitch around 1 o'clock. Doubleheader action, so 3 o'clock approximately will be that second matchup. The Durham Lords were 32-0 last year. So another national champion coming to St. Clair College here. Today with the Humber Hawks men's soccer team, and tomorrow with the Durham Lords women's softball team. So some strong competition here in the opening weekend of the OCAA. And we see some of the women's players kind of congregating right in front of our cameras here, just below it. They tied 2-2 in their opening matchup. There they are. 7-2-1 last year, and they started out with a draw. I'm sure they would have liked to take all 3 points in this first matchup, but giving up a late goal in added time when they were down a player, as they open up their 2025 season. And now the men have possession of the pitch here as they begin their 2025 season. So they take Nicholas Rahi off the field, and we'll keep an eye on 24 to see if he's able to come back later. But kind of that head and neck action, they always want to be careful of concussions here in the OCAA. 3 players surround the Humber player, and the Saints come away with it, but stolen right back from Humber. That's number 9. That's Tyler Yasaka. Big boot in, chested nicely. Oh, 2 players come back to defend, and the Saints are able to get rid of it. Humber has it, again, far side. Chipped away, the Saints try and steal, but Humber comes away. A little dance around by the forward for the Hawks. That was Matthew Smith. And the Saints are able to turn it over. That's Silva. Silva tries to send the Saint in. That's Soberai. That ball makes its way back to the keeper. Soberai looks like he picked up another foul. But they're going to play on. Oh, they kind of catch the Saints sleeping. The keeper way out of his net. He just got to get the ball past the boundary line. They look to throw in quickly as Rahi retreats back to his crease, and there's a delayed yellow. So a yellow card coming up to Zachary Soberai. The St. Anne grad, first year, picks up his first collegiate yellow card.
Yellow card has been issued to number 32, Zachary Soberai.
We'll have to watch out for him now. We saw that in the first matchup when Walsh picked up her second. It hurt the Saints down the stretch. Lots of contact on the far side. The Hawks are going to win the throw-in. That ball looks like it's going to trickle past the boundary line. That's still going to be another throw-in for the Humber Hawks. Again, a possession game. Something else we saw in the first game. Trouble there. Oh, off the post. He gets one hand on it, but it's in the back of the net. A goal from the Humber Hawks. That looked like Matthew Smith with the first goal in the 25th minute of this one. The Saints have held them off for the first 24 minutes and change. The initial shot went off the hand. We'll see here on the replay. There's Smith with the ball. Kind of dances past the defender. Nice little give and go. The first one off the hand, off the post. But now Rahi is down and out. And Smith just puts his own rebound in. And a beautiful goal by Matthew Smith to start his 2025 season. He's a fourth-year player, 5'8", out of Stouffville, Ontario. Gets his first goal. So that's 8 shots now for the Humber Hawks, and they finally get one past the keeper. It was just a matter of time with the possession that Humber has had in this one. There's a Humber Hawks player taking a while to get up, not happy with the sideline official. Silva now trying to get something going for the Saints. Kind of chips one in, but 3 blue shirts are there. 2 of them take out the Saints player. He kind of rides a couple Saints players, Humber players there. Contact all over the field. As we look at the replay, watch this replay here. Watch the player, 3 players taking down the Saints player, and he just kind of rides the back of them. Nice little trickery there by our camera crew there. Just kind of body surfed them down on a couple of Humber Hawks players. So the keeper, Sinai, looks to calm things down here. We're in the 27th minute. There's the goal scored by Matthew Smith back in the 25th minute. The Humber Hawks lead at 1-0, defending national champions. They didn't lose a match all season. They had 1 draw, but won every other match they played. Plenty of pressure being put on by the Hawks. And that ball sent away. That's going to be past the boundary line and another throw in for Humber. Again, no ball boy on this far side. The only ball boys seem to hang out on the end lines. No sideline help. So when that ball goes out of bounds, the players have to go and chase it down themselves. That's number 6. That's Carmine Fior having to go chase that ball down. You see him bandaged up quite a bit. That left wrist all bandaged up and a big bandage over that right eyebrow as well. It goes right back to Humber on the throw. Looks to Smith, but he's got a double chicken wing there, it looks like, and shoves him out of the way, and the Saints are able to get the possession. Nice little touch by Silva. Silva, big dive over. That's going to be a foul and a yellow card. That looks like number 7, Mateus Lescano with the yellow. Lescano, a 5'8", third-year player out of Brampton. As you take a look at the replay, beautiful touch, and he just comes sliding in. Gets nothing but shin, but gains the yellow card. And the Saints player just flew through the air after the foul. Looks like we have a substitution on the far side for St. Clair. And that's, you see Soberai coming off. So a smart move by Gianni Ferri, taking off the player with the yellow card. They can't afford to get him a yellow card. It's tough enough playing this Humber Hawks team, but playing them a man short would be just punishment. And there's Thomas Saba we saw sub in. First time we've seen him. He's often the quarterback of this Saints team. As the Saints push the ball in, we'll see Saba at the middle of the field kind of directing traffic. A real aggressive player, as we see early on, as he shoves the player down, but they play on. Saba sends one in. So on cue, Saba just knocks a player down in the first 30 seconds of his season. Silva has it just inside the box, but 2 blue shirts are there on defense. And there's Saba again. And his hustle is going to earn them a throw in. Saba, 5th-year player, one of only 3 5th-year players for the St. Clair Saints. So they're going to lean on his veteran leadership here as we're almost at a half hour played in this one. Saba didn't score any goals. He had an assist last year, but you're going to see a lot of him. And that ball sent in nicely, but turned over, and the Hawks have it midfield. Oh, nice little stutter step by the Hawks player. The keeper's going to have to come out of his net just to pick up that roller. That was Marcus Riviere with the little stutter step to gain a little bit of room. About 15 minutes to go here in the first half, plus any added time. Silva wearing the captain's armband has possession. Dances past a couple players, but then turns it quickly over to Riviere. Hawks decide to slow things down at midfield. They're going to go all the way back to their last defender as they come across near side. A couple of Saints converge on them. They turn the ball over, but a foul's called. And that'll be a free kick for the Humber Hawks just past midfield as we take a look at that one on the replay again. Not much contact on that one, so not sure about that foul call, but they blow the whistle nonetheless. So that's Pinto getting ready for the free. You can see them doing that same play, kind of sending everyone on the far side of the area. He sends it into the keeper. Keeper punches it away. That ball gets kicked on both sides, set near side. Pinto again. It's kind of the same play. Sends everyone deep. Punched away by the keeper. A couple players down. There's a player on each team getting up slowly. The Humber player still not back to his feet. You see there on your screen. As Rahi goes and checks on him. He might have taken a headshot because they're calling for a trainer, but they're playing on. Saints centering ball. Oh, boot to the far side. Oh, just missed the far post. the biggest chance for the Saints thus far. They're finally going to check on the down player. So a huge chance for St. Clair, as essentially the Hawks are playing down a man on that little possession. Let's see what we can see here. You can see the punch. Looked like he took a shot to the midsection from the keeper. Was that a knee to the chest? Yeah, it looks like the right knee of the keeper got the Humber Hawks player. So, yeah, you can see him holding those ribs immediately. Or maybe just knocked the wind out of him. And on the far side, we saw the first big chance for St. Clair to get their first goal of the season. As the trainer is still checking on. And here's some what we have going on next week in OCAA action. Soccer is back. 2 and 4 o'clock on September 13th. The Sheridan Bruins are in town to take on the St. Clair Saints. The women with a draw in their first matchup, and the men currently losing 1-0 here against Humber. So 2 and 4 o'clock here on We Digital. All the OCAA action you can see here on We Digital, WeDigital.ca. Looks like Coach Gianni Ferry is going to call his team over to get some water and give some instructions. And there's the CJF football tomorrow. The Hamilton Hurricanes come in and take on the national defending champs, the St. Clair Saints. That game will be brought to you by We Digital. The Saints rolling through competition again early in this season, and as they did last year, coming off their historic national championship run last year. The sun setting over the highway here at Acumen Stadium. Kind of the orange and purple sky there to the northwest a little bit. So still holding that right side. That was number 6 we saw down. That was Fiore. He's bandaged up already. He had the bandaged left wrist, the bandage over the eye, now a rib shot. So looks like he's going to walk off with the trainer. We're in the 35th minute plus some added time. It's going to be a goal kick on the far right side. Once they blow this one back in, Sine is ready to put it back in once a substitution for Humber comes in. The shots are 8-2 for Humber. Only one save of the match so far, and that was from Rahi. Max Rahi. Again, only 6 minutes played last season. So not a lot of experience on the back line for the Saints. Saba, big header, knocks himself down, but is able to head it forward 15-20 yards. Nice little footwork near side. Nice little step through, being held around the waist, but they play on. Nice little play. That's Alex Artico, 6'1" out of Windsor, Brennengrad. That's one of the fifth-year players we were talking about. Oh, almost a mistake from Sinai. Pressure from the Saints. That's number 11, Pizzuto, causing trouble. So Saints have some fresh legs out there. Headed away nicely by the Saints. Kick it in, but there's nobody on the right side. That ball is just going to trickle out. Mateo Ventura tried to send someone in, but there was nobody on the right side. See some of the fans congregating over the rail here at Acumen Stadium, overlooking the pitch at St. Clair College. Good crowd here for the first men's matchup of the OCAA season. Saints head it towards the right. They'll be able to get back defensively and set up. About 10 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll have a little bit of added time, I would imagine. A couple injuries. And that ball sent deep again. That's going to be another throw-in for the Humber Hawks. You can see some of the crowd starting to bundle up a little bit. It got a little bit cooler now here in the second matchup of this one. The wind died down, but it's still cool with the sun setting here at Acumen Stadium. Good to see a decent crowd here for a Saints soccer. So there's the sun setting. Beautiful shot there over towards the west side of Windsor, Ontario. Here at the campus of St. Clair College. That's headed forward nicely by the Humber Hawks. Mella tries to send one in. They do. Oh, but the keeper's there, and they're going to let that trickle all the way past. And that's going to be a goal kick as Rahi let it get past everybody. Gives the Saints a chance to regroup. He puts the ball in play quickly. Riviere pressuring him. Bounces it off. That's going to be a throw-in for St. Clair. They throw it in quickly. Nice little forward kick by the Saints. The Saints can't keep control. Midfield battle. Saba knocks his man down. But Humber comes away with it. Nobody on him. A big boot. One hopper off the post again. So a big left boot from deep. 30 plus yards away from the net. Kind of short hops the keeper and right off the outside of the post. And this game remains 1-0. Towards the middle to Saba. Saba dances through his man, gets it to the outside. Back to Saba. Saba gets it stripped away. Hawks have it, big right boot. Oh, nice save by Rahi. He blasts it. A beautiful shot, an even better save by Rahi. There's a whistle now as they are waving the corner. It's going to be a corner on the far side for Humber. Left boot coming now on the far side. High spinning ball, headed once by Humber, twice, and finally cleared away by the Saints. That's Silva hustling for it. But Matthew Ward a little bit quicker to the spot and comes away with it. Ward still has it. He scored the first goal, the only goal of this match so far. There's a whistle. The Saints are going to get possession on the foul called. There's number 39, Aaron Thwaites, 6'2" out of Windsor. Holy Names grad, another first-year player for this team. Looks like about 8 first-year players for this Saints team, so definitely a young squad for the young coach, Gianni Fieri. Saba just crosses midfield. Off the side of his foot, just kind of mishit it to the far side, and it slides past the boundary line, and that's going to be a Humber throw. Looks like another substitution coming on the far side as we pass the 40-minute mark. A couple of the Saints kind of bent over, catching their breath. And they're even getting help from the women's team, trying to get some water. Oliveto trying to help out a player on the men's team. That looked like Noah Bronco trying to catch his breath and get some water. 10 shots now from Humber in this first half. One getting to the back of the net. We've seen a couple of posts. Nice little dance around from Saba, and he gets the ball to the far side. Silva heads it far side, but they still turn the ball over. They're going to go all the way back to the keeper, Rahi. Oh, nice little footwork. Dangerous, but it was nice footwork from the keeper. Silva gets pushed on the back and loses possession. Here come the Hawks again. But Saba's able to come away with it. He's got a defender on his back. He feels him. Silva handball. They do blow it dead. He knew right away. He was hoping maybe he can get away with it. They're going to talk, kind of separate the two players. Look at the little, oh, that's a nice little footwork there from the keeper. Max Rahi getting ready to show some forward skills maybe if his keeper career doesn't go well. Battle in front of the Humber bench on the far side. Flags up. That looks like it's going to be a foul call. And looks like a Humber player's down, getting up slowly. As you see on the replay, two defenders come over, tries to step around them. And I think he just kind of stepped funny on that right ankle. I don't think it was anything the Saints player did. Maybe got stepped on a little. Humber puts this ball in. They got some space on the far side, looking for a crossing ball. Puts the left boot. That's headed away nicely by the Saints. Humber retains. Near side. That's Yasaka. And that ball gets shoved past the goal line. And that's going to be a corner kick for Humber. That's Tyler Yasaka, a first-year player. He's going to hand the ball off. It should be, that's number 21, Michael Kroko. He's been doing a lot of the throw-ins. He's going to do the corner here with the left boot. Just a little short, probably can go with the give and go. Nice slide tackle from the Saints player, but he can't get past the Hawks player. Keeps his feet. Oh, he's getting twisted and turned. He's on roller skates over there. 44th minute now. The crowd gets some reaction on a couple of the footwork there. Nice little step around by the Hawks player, looking to center it. Oh, that goes across the goal mouth, but nobody there. And across everybody past the boundary line. It'll be a throw-in. Let's watch this on the replay. Beautiful slide tackle there. And then there's the one slip, and then he just couldn't get his feet. One more time, I think he goes down. Boom. Turf monster is alive down in the goal mouth. There's your goal scorer, Matthew Smith, back in the 25th minute of this one. The Saints look to get something going, but unable to do so. But Saba has it midfield, sends the ball in, but again, quickly returned back by the Hawks. Oh, a big header, dangerous play. Looked like an Australian rules football type of play on that one as Saba comes away with it. Nice little dance through, kind of steps around a couple of Saints players, pushes the ball in. He's got a little bit of space. Nice slide, pushes the ball past the goal line, but it's going to be a corner kick for the Hawks. We're in the final minute of the first half action. There should be a little bit of added time here. Corner kick coming from the far side. 1-0. The defending national champs, Humber Hawks, lead it. Left boot coming now from the far side. Low liner. And that's sent away easily by the Saints, and they're just going to try and clear it out here. And there's the left boot, but that's passing everybody off the fence, so not where he wanted to put that one. We've hit the 45-minute mark as we keep an eye on our referee for the final first half whistle. Far side, Humber. Again, that's going to be another corner. So again, 10 shots to 2, 3 saves Rahi's had to make. Humber gets this one in quickly. Kind of chips one up high, headed away by Saba. Oh, left boot, that's Smith coming flying in. He had the first goal. Lots of contact, a little jersey tug. And that, oh, foul call. So they're going to be in great position here. And there's the bandaged up player. That's Carmine Fior. He went out earlier with a knee to the midsection. And he drew, you just saw the tail end of that jersey tug. And that's where the foul was called, right there. Yeah, that's a great shot there. There's your jersey tug. Leading into this free kick coming up here in added time of the first half. The Humber leads at 1-0. So a left boot coming from Humber. High spinning shot. That's headed away nicely by the Saints. Smith comes away with it. Just on the edge of the area. Past the goalkeeper, and it's in the back of the net. A second goal. This one in added time, 2-0. Looks like number 21, Michael Kroko, with the goal. So a late goal in the first half, and the Humber Hawks lead this one 2-0. Let's take a look at the replay again. Just couldn't get possession of it. And sorry, that was number 17, Marcus Riviere, a second-year player out of Mississauga with the goal. So the 45th minute, Riviere makes this a 2-0 game. And it's been all Humber Hawks here in the first half. One or two little bursts of effort from the Saints, but other than that, it's been the possession arrow has definitely been in favor of the Hawks. So we'll see what Gianni Fieri can do to his young squad here in the halftime locker room speech. Tough test here against the defending national champs. Saba gets past one man, past another. Nice little effort. Final moments here. This could be the last opportunity of the first half for the Saints. Saints have a couple men in. Little drop pass. Oh, he scores! A beautiful drop pass to Thomas Saba. And the Leamington native puts it in the back of the net. And the Saints score a late one to get back in this one. A beautiful drop pass. And the Saints trail by one. Let's take a look at the replay. Watch this little drop pass. Oh, beautiful. And just spins it. And you can see number 16 kind of screening his keeper. We'll have to take a look at that one again later if we can, as this first half is slowly coming to an end. So 2 late goals, both in added time. Saba without a goal last year, but scores one here in added time in the 45th minute. Here come the Saints again. Silva this time. Silva tries to draw a foul call. Looked like he might have embellished that one a little bit. He might have taken an elbow up high as he's holding his, looks like his right eye. Humber sprinting down the far side. Oh, a big hit, but no call. Players go down, and the Saints just try and clear this one away. Keeping an eye on our referee for the first half whistle here in added time. A foul called, but that's going to be in another good area for Humber, as they're going to have one more opportunity here in added time. As you can take a look, you can see the grab as well. 20 had him right around the midsection. That's Noah Fisher-Butler out of London, England, but comes to us from Brockhaven Academy in Mississippi. So London to Mississippi to Windsor, Ontario, an interesting route here taken. So they'll be about almost 30 yards out here on the left boot on the free kick, as Humber's looking to get that goal back. Oh, the line's able to block that one nicely. This one's chipped high up in the air. 4 blue shirts are around, but it's past the goal line. So a nice effort on the defense line from the Saints to block that one. And I think this will be pretty much it for the first half here. After this goal kick, we're almost 4 minutes into added time, and there it is. So a 2-1 lead. Humber leads it in the first half. We're going to take a quick break as we take one more look at this beautiful goal from Thomas Saba on the drop pass. Humber leads it 2-1 here on We Digital.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship rings. This is who we are.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
Good evening, sir. Where are you coming from?
I was just at a buddy's watching a game.
Have you consumed any alcohol tonight?
I had a couple beers.
Thanks. Can I ask you to step out of the vehicle, please?
How many drinks does it take to impair your ability to drive safely? Having even just a few casual drinks can impair your driving ability to the point that you could lose your license for at least 3 days or more.
Hi, honey. Can you come pick me up?
Play it safe with alcohol. If you plan on drinking, don't plan on driving.
Like our champions, we know what it takes to win. Every day we put on our uniforms and we strive to be the best. Ring after ring, we keep practicing until it becomes second nature. Our craftsmen have put in thousands of hours to master their trade. And when things get tough, we make the adjustments needed to stay on top. Baron Championship Rings. This is who we are.
We know there are a lot of choices for business today. We know how to get your brand out to the masses. We would like you to think of us first when it comes to digital advertising. We have a direct connection to the online social media marketplace. We have thousands of hours of broadcast experience to help you share your message. We know Windsor Essex. We know who is looking for you. We are We Digital.
Good evening, sir. Where are you coming from?
I was just at a buddy's watching a game.
Have you consumed any alcohol tonight?
I had a couple beers.
Thanks. Can I ask you to step out of the vehicle, please?
How many drinks does it take to impair your ability to drive safely? Having even just a few casual drinks can impair your driving ability to the point that you could lose your license for at least 3 days or more.
Hi, honey. Can you come pick me up?
Play it safe with alcohol. If you plan on drinking, don't plan on driving.
Acumen Stadium. Welcome back. Second half action getting ready to kick off here on the beautiful campus of St. Clair College. The defending champs, the Humber Hawks, lead 2-1. Matthew Smith opened up the scoring in the 25th minute. Marcus Riviere in added time in the 45th, and then Saba is able to get one back for the Saints also in the 45th minute. And that's where we stand 2-1 here in the opening weekend of OCAA action here in men's soccer. It's going to be a throw-in on the far side for the Humber Hawks as we start this second half. My name is Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here on We Digital. So it was a tough test here for Gianni Ferri in his opener as the head coach of the Saints men's soccer team. Nice little step through, steps around another one, short sides himself, blasts it past everyone. Kind of lost the corner. He got past all the defenders but didn't give himself any angle on Rahi. And the Saints come away with it as you see Saba coming up the field. A little give and go from the Saints. They finally get the ball to midfield, send it up ahead. One-on-one battle. Matthew Smith's the first man there. He keeps the forward on his back and he's able to come away with the ball. Midfield now, the Hawks have it. Hawks 11 shots to 3. Here they come in again, little chip pass past everyone, heading towards the boundary line. The Saints are going to have to play it. Turnover again, Smith steals, but Sabo kind of calms things down. Again, the quarterback kind of this Saints team, you see him in the middle of the field kind of directing all the traffic. And there's Matthew Smith again. He's everywhere for this Humber team. Scoring that first goal. First shot went off the post, but he got his own rebound and put it in the back of the net for the opening goal of this season. The Saints forwards push the Humber Hawks all the way back, but they retain possession. They find some room on the far side, one-on-one. And they're just going to have to chip this pass right into the bench of the Saints. The Hawks quickly throw it back in. There's Smith again. Smith goes down. And they had possession, so they let it play out, but that'll be a foul call. But Humber's going to have possession. It looks like Saba with the foul. And there's the captain, Silva, talking to the referee about it, not liking the reason for that whistle, as both Saba and Silva have some words for the official. So it's going to be a pretty good position here on the free kick for Humber here early in the second half. They lead by 1 as the lights have taken effect here over the pitch here at Acumen Stadium. Decent crowd here for the opening men's matchup. He chips it in towards the keeper. Rahi, a little bit of a juggle, but he's able to hang on. Quickly throws it out near side. He's got a little bit of space, but quickly 2 defenders converge on him. And that ball's kicked away to nobody. Not a great pass at all. Number 19, that's Alex Artico, kind of losing that one off the side of his foot. Artico out of Brennan, one of those fifth-year players, so a veteran player just making a mistake there. Turns the ball over. Humber has it, but that could be a turnover. No, but the Hawks come away with it. The Hawks try and get the corner one-on-one. A little two-man game for Humber, and they finally get it towards the middle of the field. Hits up Smith, but stolen away nicely by the Saints. 3-on-3. They chip a far ball near side. That's Pizzuto. Pizzuto from Holy Names. Finally a line drive kick, but nobody there, but that goes off the side of the foot of the Hawks defender. And that ball finally goes past the boundary line. That's going to be a throw-in. But it looked like it did go off a Saints player, so it's going to be Humber. So Matthew Smith brings the ball up just past midfield, but he turns it over. That ball's not midfield, just over the Saints logo. The Saints have it near side. Nice little step through from the Saints. Looking for space, 3 defenders there, so the Saints have to push it back. Big right boot sends it in, headed away by the last defender of the Humber Hawks. Smith brings it up midfield. Looks like it might have just gotten in the way of the referee there, but they turn it over. Saba, but quickly loses the ball. That's number 10. Franz Mella had possession. Mella keeps. Sends a left boot in far side. Yasaka has it. He's defended one-on-one far side. It trickles over the boundary line. That's going to be a throw-in. As Yasaka gives it up on the throw. That looks like it's going to be Luca Pinto with the throw-in on the far side. Looks for the centering ball. Finally chips one high. Headed towards the goal. That's going to get past everyone. Looks like it's going to cross the end line, and it does. That's going to be a goal kick for the Saints. As you take a look at the replay here, it gets it high over everyone. Nice little header. That's number 9, Tyler Yasaka. First-year player, 5'10", out of Toronto. Rahi with the big boot sends it up midfield. The Saints try to control, but they lose possession. And another big boot past everybody. And the last line of the Hawks has it. Hawks player goes down. It's going to be another whistle, so plenty of fouls. And there's number 24 back on the pitch. That's good to see, Nicholas Rahi, as you take a look at the replay here. But we see number 24 back on the field for the Saints. He kind of swung that head and neck and hit the turf in that first half and had to come off, but he's back in now. Left boot, that's going to be high above everybody. And the Saints are going to have it on the goal kick. 13-3 the shots. Only 3 saves in this one, all coming from Max Rahi. No saves had to be made from the keeper of the Humber Hawks, Daniel Sinai. He let one get past him on the Saba goal back in added time to make it 2-1. Saba defends now as the pass goes far side. Hawks have it in front of the Saints bench. And that's Rahi defending. Kind of giving a jersey tug there as well. High ball towards the keeper. Contact, but the goaltender is able to hang on as he kind of runs up the back of number 9, Yasaka. As you'll see here on the replay, the keeper kind of lands on the backside of the forward of the Humber Hawks. So remember, back in the first half, Soberai, number 32 for the Saints, got that one yellow card. So we'll keep an eye on him in the second half. I haven't seen him on the pitch yet here. Saints kind of going circles at midfield, trying to find some lanes. Humber not offering much. Again, a team that didn't lose last season, just had one draw in their whole table for the entire season. 9-0-1 during the regular season, and a clean sweep in the playoffs in both Ontario and Nationals. Nice little pass inside from the Saints. They look to get something going. Saba finds a Saints player near side. That's 19. That's Artico. Artico and Saba just playing a two-man game. A little give and go. Saba slides in, but he finally can't keep possession. He's getting up a little slowly near midfield. More out of breath, I think, than anything. There's a foul call. He's going to be reaching for a card, and that's going to be another yellow for the Saints. Artico with the yellow. Here's the play earlier we saw. There's Saba with the nice slide. And let's see if we can catch up the yellow here. Look, he had both hands wrapped around the midsection, just grabbing at Franz Mella, the third-year player out of Toronto. And this is going to be another good position for the Humber Hawks. They lead by 1, and they're looking for an insurance marker here in the second half. Oh, looks like there's a player all of a sudden coming down. Could be cramping now. That looks like it's Mella as well. So the referee trying to get him to walk off if he can. Trying to work out if it is a cramp, trying to work it out himself. So it's going to be you look at the softball home opener as we get ready for this free kick tomorrow. Durham Lords are in town. Doubleheader action here on We Digital. 1 and 3 o'clock are the estimated first pitch times in those ones. Here's a big left boot. That's deflected off one man. Punched down by Rahi. Somebody got a bit of a piece of it for the Saints defensively. Near the end line, but this time Rahi has to handle it. So Max Rahi, number 22 out of Leamington, 6'3" keeper. Definitely getting some work here as there's another whistle. Looks like substitutions now, both sides on the far end of the field. It looks like Silva going off and Saba as well. So a couple of big names going off the pitch for the Saints, Saba and Silva. So we'll see what the fresh legs can do here for the Saints. That's number 18, Mastriani. He started this match. So a bit of a breather. So we'll see what he can do in the last 35 minutes or so of this one. There's a big right boot. That's over everyone. The Saints have a bit of a run down the far side. 2 defenders on him. Tries to get around the edge. It looks like he got poked or something as he's holding up high. That's 24. That's Nicholas Rahi. Looks like he might have got hit in the nose there. I think he might have got even headbutted a little bit. Number 16, Adrian Anthony. Yeah, it looks like the head might have gotten contact with the mouth or nose area. A good shot on the replay there from the We Digital crew on that one. Nice header from the Saints. Did they lose possession midfield? Humber again playing the possession game. They've had strong possession arrow on their side in this one, just like we saw kind of in the women's game match as well. That one ended in a 2-2 draw. We'll see how this one goes. Humber leads by 1 here. We're approaching the 1 hour mark. That's number 22, Tenzin Wassel. He's from Nepal. First we've seen of him for Humber. Second-year player. So players from all over the globe here in the OCAA soccer. Saints having a player from Sao Paulo and also Bogota, Colombia. The Hawks players from Iran, Nepal, and obviously a number of players from throughout Ontario. Ball gets pushed around both sides. The Saints player shoves the Hawks player to the turf and a foul called. See if we can catch the foul here. And that's the player from Nepal hitting the turf. Only 5'6" is Wassel. Big boot up the middle. They got some space, lots of contact. Both teams looking for whistles, none to be had. Ball goes past the goal line. Rahi gets back to his feet. The Humber Hawks player not to his feet yet. The referees look like they want to talk to each other a little bit. But I think it's just going to be, end result's going to be a goal kick for the Saints. So there's Max Rahi now. Again, directing traffic. He's trying to get everyone downfield. He's going to look like to send a long one down the field. Gets a hold of one. Nice backspin on it. The Saints try and get possession, but through the legs of the Hawks player, and the Saints do have it. They try and send a runner up, but just off the toes of number 11, Pizzuto. And Pizzuto can't gain possession, and the Hawks have it. There's 22, Wassel again. Wassel sends a left foot in, but it's turned over. Chips it to the far side. Saints have control. Tries to drag it around the corner. Centering pass gets knocked away by the Hawks defender, and that's going to be a corner. Nice effort there from the Saints as we take a look on the replay. Kind of drags it past the forward. A nice centering ball, but the slide by Lescano. Lescano holds a yellow card in this one. So left boot getting ready from the Saints. We've played an hour. We're just over 60 minutes in this one. The keeper might have to come out, but look at the speed. Matthew Smith. Smith has a goal in this one, steps around one Saints player, but the Saints defenders are able to come back and help to stop that rush. Quickly back the other way. The Saints hustle down for it. Little slide. That looks like it's going to be in favor. Which way are they pointing? That's going to be Saints ball on the throw-in. The referees are discussing it here. The Saints think about throwing it in quickly, but that's going to be a throw-in for St. Clair. We're in the 62nd minute of this one. It's 2-1 Humber leads. Throw in towards the goal area. Oh, that's headed off the bar. A beautiful header as there's a couple of players down, one on each side. And that's Fiore down again. As the referee talks to these both players, a nice kind of back header from the Saints. Just kind of got the outside of the near post. But definitely a good scoring opportunity for the Saints. So kick coming from, that's Daniel Sinai. And you can see that there's the contact and the nice opportunity there for the Saints to put one in the back to try and even this one up. As we saw in the women's matchup, pretty physical affair here on both sides in this one. Matthew Like with the throw in out of Burlington. Nice throw over everybody. They get the ball in deep. Saints have it. Kind of a left footer that's going to cross over the boundary line. And they're going to award the throw in to the Humber Hawks. So we're 17 minutes and change into the second half. Looking for the big throw in again. Gets it into the penalty area. Humber has it on the right foot. Oh, just wide of the keeper. A nice opportunity from Humber to try and get that goal back that they lost late in the first half. As we take a look at it on the replay again, gets the right boot on it. Had a bit of a lane. That's Michael Croco, unable to put it home. That's over everybody. The Saints have it. That's Mateo Ventura. He's looking for room, puts it on the right boot, sends it into the crease, but kicked away, but that's going to be a corner for the Saints. As we see, it looks like some of the football players starting to make their way out for a late practice. Watching the men's soccer team take on the Hawks. There's a centering ball in, headed in, he scores! A beautiful ball in from Alessio Pizzuto. Pizzuto's first goal of the season. His first goal of his OCAA career. He did not score last year. The second-year player puts it in the back of the net, and the Saints have tied up the defending national champs 2-2. We'll take a look at that on the replay. A beautiful crossing ball. Gets over 3 heads and headed beautifully to the far side of the net. Nothing the keeper can do with that one. A beautiful crossing ball from the Saints. And in the 65th minute, this one's deadlocked at 2. So Pizzuto gets his first OCAA goal, and it's a big one. Only the 5th shot of the game for the Saints, and they were able to get 2 past the keeper from the Humber Hawks. So we'll see the response now from Humber. We're right at 65 minutes now, so that ball looked like it might have crossed the boundary line, and there's like a substitution on the far side. Offside flag looked to be up on that one, but substitution coming in, far side. So that's 22 going off. That was Wassel. He only got a handful of minutes for Humber, and there's number 10 back on the pitch, Franz Mella. We saw him with a bit of a leg issue earlier, so we'll see how he responds here in the second half. The shots are 15-5. But the Saints, not a lot of opportunities, but they've made the most of the few that they've had. Getting 2 past the Humber goalie. Here's Ventura near side. Let's see what he can do one-on-one. Now he's got 2 Hawks around him, and he finally loses possession. Matthew Smith gives the ball up. Humber decides to drop it all the way back to Anthony. Nice little touch pass, a little bit of momentum now from Humber. They got the ball in the area. Player goes down, and that's going to be a corner for Humber. As we take a look on the replay, nice little centering ball. 2 defenders converge. Yasaka trying to get the go-ahead goal, but it goes off the Saints player, leading to this corner kick. Here's the left boot coming from it. They decide just to go short for a possession. Saints trying to defend in the corner. Centering ball, chipped away by the Saints. The Saints have it, trying to get past them, but one defender back, and they're going to go all the way back to the keeper. But the Saints are able to flip the field there after that corner. So pressure now That's Mastriani putting some pressure. May have to go back to the keeper again, Sinai. And this time Sinai goes deep over the middle. A little bit of a Hail Mary, and the Saints are able to get ahead on it, but the Hawks have possession. Oh, nice little slide inside. That's 39. Aaron Thwaites out of Windsor. You'll see this on the replay as 9 tries to set up, but Thwaites comes flying in. Isaka couldn't do anything with the sliding Saint. The flags have definitely calmed here in the second half. That one's booted off the Saints player. That's going to lead to another corner for Humber. We've now entered the 69th minute of this one. We're tied at 2. The first goal coming back in the 25th minute. Matthew Smith scored it. Here's the left boot in. Short side. The keeper can't do anything with it. That's going to be another corner. 2 goals in added time of the first half. As we take a look at that replay. Riviere for Humber and Saba for St. Clair. And then Pizzuto scores in the 65th to even this one up at 2. The Saints are finally able to get the ball out of their own end. Back to midfield, but Humber sends it right back in. The keeper's under it. Oh, it gets punched away dangerously. He's yelling at the official. Let's see what, as the official comes to talk to him. And it will be a foul against Humber. The keeper was underneath it, kind of almost signaling for a fair catch there, it looked like. Let's watch this again on the slow motion replay. And yeah, that's dangerous. The keeper goes up for the jump, and the Humber forward, Anthony, kind of takes the feet out from the goalkeeper. So possession awarded to the Saints. They elect just to play it safe here on the near side for a possession game. But they boot it high over everyone. That's going to get past the boundary line. And finally a ball boy. That looks like Sean working the sidelines now for the Saints. Humber looking for a place to throw in. Bangs it off his own forehead and throws it in. Matthew Smith heads it to midfield. That's Lescano with possession. He's got it on his left foot. He sends it up over everyone. Saints kind of tucked in their own end. That's Rahi. Humber keeps it in. The player goes down, and that's going to be a foul call. That's going to be a just outside the penalty area as the Humber player goes down. So they're going to be in prime opportunity to try and take the lead here. A great job by Humber hustling to keep that ball in, leading to this foul call. And they're going to have a free kick on the far side. Looks like they're working out a cramp on a Saints player there. We've seen that a few times in both the women's and the men's game. It was still over 20 Celsius or so to start this one, but once the sun is set, the temperature's really dropped off here. A lot of these players still getting in the game shape here. As we're just back in the first week of classes here at St. Clair College, the opening weekend of OCAA. So this is a big possession here now as the Hawks are trying to get that lead back. Header towards the net. Oh, saved on the goal line by the Saints defender. Another ball towards the net. And a beautiful play by the defender on the Saints. As we take a look at that on the replay, that looked like 17. Mithawk out of Windsor, a first-year player, Holy Names grad. 5'6" defender, saving the day here for Max Rahi. That ball got past the keeper, but it didn't get past the last defender for the Saints. And they're able to keep this one knotted at 2 with just under 20 minutes or so to go in this one. There's a big throw in. Headed away nicely by the Saints. A few players chase for it, and the Saints are able to clear it away. Shots are 17-5 in this one. 4 saves for Rahi, none for Sinai. 2 balls got past him. Big boot up the middle. Far side. That's Rahi. Nicholas Rahi on the far side. Rolls it in. Sinai has it. So good to see Nicholas Rahi. Oh, a turnover. And that's going to be a throw-in. Went past the boundary line in front of the Humber bench. That's going to be a throw-in for the Saints. The Saints look to hold on here, catch their breath a little bit. Throw in near side, and that's going to be another throw-in as they move the ball down 10 yards or so. So the Saints moving a little slower now, under 20 to go here in this match. They're deadlocked with the defending national champs. Gianni Ferry, in his debut as head coach for the St. Clair's men's team, has his team in this one. Left foot cross, a little back heel defended. Remember we mentioned earlier, the Saints only had 11 goals in 10 games last season. So just over 1 goal a game, and already they put a pair against potentially the best team in the province and one of the best teams in the country. A little controversy on who that ball went off. It looked like it went off the Saints player. The side referee originally said off of Humber, but our lead head referee said no, it went off the Saints player, so it'll be a Humber throw. And now we have another whistle as they're just moving the ball back. We're back in play. So the ball's near side. Humber has it. Tries a slow ball, nice little footwork there, see if they can keep it inside the boundary line. He does. Gets knocked to the ground quickly to his feet, but Humber comes away. A little bit of space here for Humber. And they finally push it away. That's Lescano getting possession. He puts the left boot on it. That ball's high up in the air. They're unable to keep that in from the boundary. That's going to be a corner for Humber. So a corner on the far side. That's going to be Pinto taking it. Played about a half an hour in this second half, with another quarter hour to go in it. The Saints battling. They're tied at 2. Big corner kick here. High up in the air. That's headed once nicely. The Saints headed away. 4 heads in a row. And finally the Saints with another header try and clear it away. And that goes off a Hawks player. Which way is this going to go? So that's going to be a throw-in for the Saints. So the Saints definitely frustrating this Humber team. Ventura battles. Midfield battle, that's 9, that's Yasaka. We've seen him all over the pitch so far for Humber. They chip it in, one-on-one battle. He's got him hooked up. No call. Defender had him wrapped up. That looked like Carrar. Matthew Smith gets the ball just to the edge of the area. Oh, Saints whiff on it, but they call a foul call. He must have grabbed him. I couldn't see from my angle. Must have had a bit of a jersey tug. Let's see if we can see it a little closer here. Oh, you can see him grab the right arm there. So a good call by the official on that one. This one's going to go all the way past the keeper, close to the end line. Dangerous back to Sinai. Humber crosses midfield with it on the far side, trying to get in front of the Saints bench. The Hawks trying to set things up here. This time they're going to try the near side. That's Fior. Fior to Mella. Mella tries to dance through a couple of defenders. He turns the ball over, looking for a whistle, none to be had. And the Saints take over possession in their own third. That ball's chipped way out of play. That's into the parking lot past everybody, so they're going to have to hustle a new ball back in from the far goal line. It's under 15 minutes to go in this one. We're tied at 2. Slowly dribbling up the midfield, and this time they cross it towards the middle. They got a runner on the far side, and there's the chip pass to him. That's almost intercepted by the Saints player and finally chipped away. You saw number 2, Matthew Lack, sprinting down the far sideline, so they had a play set up for him. Substitution coming in for the Saints. And that looks like number 12, that's Noah Bronco. He's kind of gingerly heading to the sidelines a little bit. Bronco was a starter. He's out of Kingsville, 4th-year player out of Cardinal Carter. So we'll see with the fresh legs for the Saints. They throw it in before the defender kind of gets back into his position. Lots of contact. Near the end line, might have put a hand on it, but no, they play on. And he finally goes down. The Saints trying to be careful with it. Ventura has it. Ventura, a nice outlet pass. And finally pushed past the boundary line. That's going to be a throw-in for the Hawks. Quickly thrown in towards the net. Chipped high in the air, dangerously. Saints have to get this out of the area. They're in trouble here. A little crossing pass. That one's deflected a couple times past the goal line. Saints kind of living dangerously in their own zone. And you can see that ball kind of pinballs off a couple bodies, and that's going to lead to a corner. We're approaching 10 minutes to go in this one, plus any added time. Looks like there is a substitution. I don't think they're going to let that person on quite yet. That looks like it could be Saba. That's a header. Big boot, tries to dribble it past everyone. That's high up in the air. The keeper's there. Oh, he gets knocked down again. Same player did it. That's 16 for the second time. Adrian Anthony twice taken down the goalkeeper of the Saints, and this time the keeper's down. Max Rahi just getting frustrated that he's not getting any protection. And you can see the defender putting up 2 fingers. The second time he's been knocked down by the same player. Just a shoulder tackle from the striker from Humber. Foul called, no yellow card awarded. Kind of a dangerous play by the Hawks forward. And you can see number 10 coming in, kind of patting, that's Mella kind of patting him in the stomach. But Anthony was the one creating the foul. So just 10 minutes plus any added time to go in this one. The Saints have the ball. Rahi has it. He elects to go near side. Towards the middle, back to the keeper, a little dangerous. And that ball sent to midfield. Nice little touch pass forward, but unable to find a connection on the other end. The Saints battle, a little bit of contact. And that's Matthew Smith. He's been everywhere for the Humber Hawks in this match. Hawks have it on his left foot. Big shot. He scores. A big goal from Franz Mella. As he rips the jersey off and leapfrogs the end flag as they take a 3-2 lead. So the referees are talking. I don't know if there's been a yellow card awarded or not, but the Humber Hawks lead this one 3-2. You can see the leapfrog coming up over here. Not quite the hang time he was probably hoping for on that leapfrog, as he catches a lot of that end flag. And he does pick up a yellow card for the excessive celebration. So he gets a goal and a yellow here in the 82nd minute. So the third-year player out of Toronto gives the Humber Hawks the lead. Rips the jersey off in celebration to earn himself a yellow as well. So just too much pressure put on by the defending national champs. And with just under 10 minutes to go, the Saints will have to respond here as they trail by a goal. Nice little step around by the Saints player. Little three-man game. They finally chip it ahead. Let's see if he can get there. That's Ventura. He does. Ventura loses possession. And the Hawks come away with it. Saints try and steal it right back. And here come the Humber Hawks. He's got a man on his right wide open, but he decides to go cross to the left. And Rahi's able to hang on. Quickly bowls it out to the Saints. Trying to flip the field here quickly. Smith gets a foot on it to stop the Saints attack. That's Wassel now. One-on-one on the far side. Oh, it just goes a little too far and goes past the end line. That's going to be a goal kick. Couple substitutions coming at midfield now for the Saints. That looks like 32 going off, Soberai. So the Saints are going to need some late game magic here to try and get a point off the Humber Hawks. They tied it at 2 here in the second half, but unable to get any more pressure. It's been all possession-wise, mostly Humber Hawks possession. 19 shots to 5 in this one. That ball crosses the boundary line, and that's going to be a throw-in for Humber. Rahi quickly gets it over to the Hawks player to get that ball back in play as quickly as possible as time is winding down here in the match. Nice header forward by the Saints. He's got a little bit of forward momentum. Nice little pass. Oh, just a little bit too much. He had some momentum. Oh, there's a Saints player gets knocked down kind of away from the play, and that's Anthony in the middle of it again. So Anthony just knocking players over on every side of the pitch here from Humber. Couldn't quite see what happened on the far side. It was away from the ball. Humber wasting no time getting this ball back in. They're looking for an insurance marker while the Saints are looking for the tiebreaker. Oh, that's a quick whistle there from the referee on that one. So that's going to be a free kick again in pretty dangerous area for the Humber Hawks. About 5 minutes to go plus some added. Humber finally trying to slow things down a little bit as they try and set up this play on the free kick. They go towards the middle of the field. And now they have possession near side. That's Fior. Fior goes all the way back to the keeper. And you can see the hustle from the Saints just trying to make that keeper play it. That's Pizzuto. Pizzuto scored at the time the tying goal back in the 65th minute. Nice header, but that looks like he might be cramping up. The defender kind of holding his leg hamstring area. We'll see if he's kind of got a bit of a limp to him, but he's able to kick that ball away. And now he's probably going to stay on the turf as he's struggling right now to get back to his feet. Trying to work those cramps out here. Another substitution coming for the Saints. That looks like Mastriani going off. And finally, they're going to work on the cramping player just past midfield. So the Saints make their substitution. Sinai has it back at the goal mouth. And then coming back into the game for the Saints, that's number 10. That's Silva. He's wearing the captain's armband for the Saints. Kind of misses that one. And the Hawks keep possession. Humber player tumbles to the ground. Slowly gets back to his feet. Bull rush by Silva. Another Hawk goes to the turf. We're in the 88th minute of this one. Humber leads 3-2. Far side. Humber brings it in, has had some space, tries to put a big right boot on it, blocked by the Saints. The Saints try and flip the field. Oh, dances over a defender, keeps possession, keeps it in bounds, a nice little entry pass, but kicked away. That's going to be a throw-in, but an excellent effort from the Saints. As Rahi, that's Nicholas Rahi, looks to throw in quickly. Rahi hands it off instead. They go all the way back to Belcastro. Centering ball. Looking, oh, he had it off his chest, couldn't control it. Lots of contact. Ventura off the side of his foot. The Saints trying to put some pressure here late in this one. Sabo, he has the goal in the first half, and this one's going to one hop all the way to the keeper, and he'll finally pick the ball up. As we're only with a couple minutes to go in this one. So the Saints putting some late match pressure on here at Acumen Stadium. A great first game here for the Saints under new bench boss, Gianni Ferry. Lots of new faces for this Saints team. Still learning to play with each other in this opening weekend of the OCAA season. Gets shoved down from behind. There's the foul called. That's Mitok with the foul. You'll see it here on the replay. Right there, shoves the player down from behind. So a free kick near side. That's Lescano. Lescano holds a yellow card in this matchup. He's going to send the left boot. Spinning towards the net. Headed! And that's in the back of the net. And that's it for this one. A beautiful entry pass from Lescano. And number, it looked like 24, puts it in the back of the net. Cristiano Candelaresi. Yeah, it was 24. Back in the 90th minute. And that's going to put it away for this matchup as they now lead 4-2. Look at this entry ball. A beautiful spinning left footer. And headed in perfectly by Candelaresi. We haven't seen a lot of Cristiano in this one, but comes through late in the game with the fresh legs and is able to head that one home. And that's going to send some of these fans home here at Acumen Stadium as the Humber Hawks now lead 4-2. So definitely a learning experience for the Saints here in this one. Going up against one of the best teams in the country. And for about 81 minutes, there's another Humber player down. That looks like Anthony. For about 81 minutes, they played this team tight, tied 2-2. But a goal in the 82nd and 90th minute, as we're now in added time, has put this game away, and the Humber Hawks look to have this one in the bag. So Anthony gets help to his feet. Be sure to tune in the We Digital tomorrow, 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. We'll have softball action over at the sports park behind us. Another national champion in town. The Durham Lords will be taking on the St. Clair Saints women's softball. There's an entry ball to Sinai, and he's able to catch it no problem. So an early test for new coach Dwayne Dawson for the St. Clair Saints women's team. We'll now keep an eye on our head referee for the final whistle of this one. A two-hand shove by the Saints. That's an easy foul call. He might even earn a yellow for that. No, he doesn't go to his pocket. He just says play on. You'll see here on the replay, that's just a two-hand shove. Shoved them 3 yards back. They're going to go all the way to, look at the hustle there from number 11. Pizzuto scoring back in the 65th. No quit. Good to see on this young Saints team. There's Ward. He got the first goal of the season here for the Humber Hawks. And now the Hawks are just content to just kind of pass this one around to kill the last few seconds of this one as they go all the way back to Sinai. Sinai over to Anthony. Keep an eye on the referee. Little touch. And again, the Humber Hawks just content just to kind of dribble out the last few seconds of this one. And one last time they go back. I couldn't see a signal from the referee to see how many minutes of added time we had. 21-5, the shots in this one. Early on, we said it was all Humber, but a lot of heart from this young Saints team. Had it tied in the 82nd minute, 2-2. But a couple of late goals from the Humber Hawks, and they have a 4-2 lead here. One last little rush here. There's the goal scorer, the fourth goal scorer, as he tries to get around the defender, and that goes past the goal line. It'll be another corner. Referee checks his watch. As you see, the keeper did a pretty good job, Rahi did. Max Rahi saw a lot of action. As Humber's definitely not rushing this one now. They're going to try even a different corner kicker, it looks like now. Riviere going to kick this one in. And there's the final whistle. And that's all she wrote here from Acumen Stadium. The Humber Hawks take this one 4-2 over the St. Clair Saints men's team, and they take all 3 points. On behalf of all of us here at We Digital, my name is Dan Dominguez. Thanks for joining us here today, and be sure to tune in tomorrow for St. Clair Saints softball. Until then, have a good night.